Hello, and welcome back to Generic Game Show. We are here with our guest, who is one question away from winning $1 million. Are you ready? All right, I'm ready. Good. Now, for your final question for $1 million. What color is the sky? Is it A, blue, B, kind of green, kind of purple, C, I don't know, or is it D, October? May I phone a friend? No, you may not. No peeking. D, October. Are you sure? Yeah. You don't think it's A? Yeah, pretty sure. You're really sure the sky is not blue? Nope. Going with D, October. Really? I mean, what the... So, you remember that welder I showed you a while ago? Well, there it is. It's all finished and everything. I have not actually welded anything with it yet, but it does make some pretty cool lights and sounds. Well, provided I turn it on first. These little connector bits are kind of rough, and I had the darndest time trying to use anything with any sort of rust on it. I could safely say I don't really know anything about welding, let alone spot welding. But hey, I guess with all this time I've got at home, I've got plenty of time to practice. Plus, hopefully once I master this, I can have another tool in my arsenal of crafting and stuff. I mean, if I want to put together any sort of, I don't know, metal type stuff, graduating beyond wood, then welding seems like a pretty good skill to have. In case anyone's wondering, I pretty much just copied Grant's design of a spot welder from the King of Random, even down to the part where these electrode holders are supposed to be removable, but I didn't think very far ahead and I made some cables too short, and now this can't really pull out too far at all. So there you go. It's pretty nice outside. Maybe I'll get around to melting some stuff later. I'm gonna go see if I can find some stuff that's not rusty. Alright, so the basic idea is that electricity runs through stuff, and as it encounters any sort of resistance to that flow, it causes things to get hot. And you can take advantage of this hotness. Now, like I said earlier, any sort of material that has like rust or whatever, or some kind of, gunk on it, tends to cause a little bit too much resistance for the electricity to actually go through, and I won't get any sort of current at all. I'm gonna go ahead and try to melt some aluminum. I have a feeling that I'm going to get a little bit more success with this foil than I will with this can, just based on the overall look of it and how icky it looks. However, I did already try a couple of, different spots, and I do have some scorch marks. We'll see what happens. It's kind of smelly. Alright, these are some kind of steel composite, and I don't think I'm going to be able to melt through these before doing some serious damage to my copper conductors. However, I do think I can get these hot enough to actually fuse them together. If that does work, that would be pretty awesome, and there's all sorts of ideas that you can expand off of that. So let's give it a try. No, maybe there's too much plastic on one side. Well, anyway, the idea is to get that kind of little glowing spot of metal on two pieces such that the little glowing spots actually touch together and they become one giant glowing piece. If you can do that, you can have two pieces of metal that are essentially glued together on the atomic level. And that's my understanding of welding. Now, alternatively, you can use this in place of a forge. What I mean by that is, you take your piece of metal that you want to get hot. In this case, I've got a little tiny rivet. Put it between your two electrodes. You get it nice and hot. And at that point, you get some nice, hot, malleable metal that you can kind of just start doing some amateur blacksmithing with. That's my theory, anyway. Hopefully, if I can get to that level, I will show you some more. That's not so bad. If you're curious, this is kind of the setup I'm working with. Found these track lights by some trash can. And now I'm really just kind of waiting for the noise outside to settle down. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but I'm hoping it works. I don't even remember the last time I tied a tie. Can you even read that? This is the part where I pretend like I'm talking. Holding with two hands. Holding with the left hand. Advancing. Holding with two hands. Curious expression. Holding it with the right hand. Light bulb is hot. Okay, how about now? No, that's still a lot of glare. I've got too much light.